तो विचार चल रहा था, पूर्व पक्षी ने पूछा, सो कर्म विधिया क्या होगी, व्हाट विल हैपन टू द इंजंक्शंस ऑफ दिस राइट्स इज बीन proclaimed by the Vedas. The objector Mimamsaka has asked, who is going to do? That means, who will be doing them? Do all those rites. Because all will become Brahmagyani. And nobody will do it. For that the answer was given the no. Kartri bhoktra sabhavijnanavatas तज्जनित कर्मफल राग द्वेषाद दोषवतश्च कर्म विधाना. All these rights have been enjoined to those people who have very well established in themselves that I am the doer, I am the agent of the rights, I am the enjoyer of the fruits of these rights. A person with such notions only has been enjoined all these rights. One. Number two, tajjanita karmaphala ragadveshadi dosavatascha. A person who has got attraction or repulsion towards the fruits of the rights. Attraction is raga, repulsion is dvesha. This defect is there in which people, those people are enjoined for these rights. So the answer was given two divisions. So it was asked, to whom is this karma vidhi, these injunctions? It is to the ajnanis or jnanis. So it is ajnanis only, not for jnanis. But now the Purupakshi says it should be for the jnanis also. The person who has experienced the non-dual knowledge and attained liberation. Experienced people also it should be. Why? अधिगत सकल वेदार्थस्य कर्म विधानात् अद्वैत ज्ञानवतोपि कर्म इति चेत न. Because he says karma, the rights are enjoined not to the people whom you are calculating. It is in general to all those who have studied the Vedas. Because the Brahmagyani has also studied Vedas before, therefore he has also to do the karmas. He should do. This is what the Purupakshi is telling here. Adhikata sakala vedarthasya. A person who has studied well the whole Veda and knows the meaning of the Veda very well. The problem is usually people study Vedas, people study Vedanta also, but they don't know the meaning of the mantras completely and properly. I have seen good scholars. Ordinary people who have not studied the Shastras and they are half telling meaning wrongly, it does not matter at all. For me, I don't feel something astonishment in it. But when I see such scholars, good scholars, they interpret everything wrongly. And they quote Shankara. The fun is there. They are quoting Shankara and they take the meaning of Shankaracharya's statements as wrong. For example, this usually people say, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. सब कुछ ब्रह्म है. So okay. And they say Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudichyate Purnasya Purnamada Purnamevavashishyate. But they leave the last portion completely. So Purnamada Purnamada, all are Purnam. But what the rest of the statement is saying, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma Tajjalanityupasita. See the Chandogya statement there properly. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma has been told for upasana purpose. It is not that Sarvam is Brahma itself. Because the Shruti actually wants to say there is no Sarvam at all. There is no Sarvam. The world has not come into existence at all. There is no creation. How can there be Sarvam? And there is no Sarvam, how can Sarvam become Brahma? Therefore, see the complete statement. We speak only half statement, we catch and speak. That's wrong. Don't take only a portion of the mantra. Sarvam kalvidam brahma tajjalan iti shanta upasita. Iti shanta upasita. The word is there. Shanta is there. Tajjalan. First I have to understand tajjalan to understand the rest of the part. Sarvam, what we are thinking is there, is existing. Because of our own ignorance, we are seeing the existing world and we are thinking there is reality in this. Certain reality, apparent reality also, not absolute reality, but there is some reality or accepting some reality. How to remove that? Therefore, the Shruti says, okay, in the beginning you accept Sarvam as Brahma. Similarly, Purnamada Purnamidam, because in that the meaning is Idam as Purnam, Ada also Purnam. But the next one what it is saying, Tajjalan. But actually, this has come out of ignorance. The Sarvam, which you are accepting as Brahma, Sarvam Brahma, Purnamidam, this has come out of ignorance. How? Tajjala. Tat means Brahma. Ja-la ana. Tajja, talla, tad ana. It has come, it is being seen on Brahman. The creation is on Brahman, seen on Brahman. It is existing on Brahman and due to Brahman, and is going to destroy and get merged into Brahman. Tajja, talla, tad ana. That means what? All the time, the only reality is Brahman. This name and form, which we in the beginning start Sarvam Brahma, actually, is not real. Because always the Karana, the cause is the reality. The effect is never real. The effect is a temporal thing. A temporal thing cannot be absolute reality. Therefore, how can Sarvam become absolute reality? Therefore, the Tajjalan itself is stating, it is just apparently real Sarvam. To remove that reality also, you do Shanta Upasita. Understanding that this Sarvam is Tajjalan, therefore it has no absolute reality in itself. The reality that we are seeing in the Sarvam is also due to the reality of Brahman. It's not of its own. So Shanta Upasita. So make your mind peaceful and see that only Brahman exists and not Sarvam. Experience it. To do this, you have to make the Upasana. First Sarvam Brahma, then Brahma Eva. Similarly, Purnamada, Purnamidam. Okay? Purnat, Purnamudacheta again. From Purna, Purna has come into existence. Okay? That is why Idam is also Purna and Ada is also Purna. This is what, as per your state of ignorance, it is being told. Because you are accepting Idam is existing, Ada is also existing. Due to your own ignorance, you are accepting the Srishti, and in Srishti you are making two division. Idam is there and Ada, the Swarga and all other things are there. Okay? And that both these are actually Purnam. Because out of Purna, Purna only can come. Apurna cannot come out. This is said. The next is what it says. Purnat, Purnasya, Purnamadaya. Out of this Purna, which I am telling you, Idam is Purna and Ada is Purna. Out of this Purna, hold only the Purna. Leave that Idam and Ada. Purnat, Purnasya, Purnamadaya. What will be left over? Purnameva Vashishate. There will be no Idam, no Ada. What will be left over? Purnam Eva Vashishate. So once we understand the mantra, then you will never say that you are Purna. Because this is Upadhi. How can that be Purna? The Purna is what? The basal consciousness on which we are seeing this Upadhi. The basal consciousness, the conscious substratum that you can say. That is Purna. That is what we have to catch out of this. Seeing this Upadhi, we have to go to that depth of this Upadhi where the basal consciousness can be experienced and hold that only. That is what will be left over in the end. Purnameva avashishyate. Not this Upadhi. So Upadhi is not Brahman. According to Purnamadam is not, Upadhi is not Brahman. Idam is not Brahman. Idam is not Purna. Ada is not Purna. Because there is no Idam and no Ada at all. What is reality that in the last verses is, the last line is Purnameva avashishyate. So understand the mantra, whichever mantra, understand complete before applying it. What we do is we apply it on the Upadhi itself. Idam is Purnam. How can Upadhi can become Purnam? And Upadhis are due to our own ignorance. A thing that has been sprouted by ignorance cannot become absolute reality. Otherwise, even dreams will become absolute reality. So, because this world is also equal to a dream, so this idam can never become, Upadhi can never be Brahman, because Upadhi is actually not existing. It has not come into existence also. That is why these mantras actually take you from Srishti Drishtivada to Drishti Srishtivada, and then it will slowly take you to Ajatavada. First you say, okay, what you are seeing idam and ada, both you accept. And now see in it Purnam. So what is making it is taking you above the Srishti Srishtivada to Drishti Srishtivada. Then you will realize it is because of my ignorance that these Upadhis are being seen. It's because of your Drishti there is Srishti. There is actually no Srishti in which you have to put Drishti. So once you understand, come to that stage, then he says, Purnameva Avashisha. Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnameva Avashisha. That's Ajatavada. So any mantra, such mantras, you have to understand the steps put into it. How they want to take you from this lower level to that highest level. If you don't take this into it, you will misuse that mantra. Actually, it's not misusing, we should say you are abusing that mantra. And then what? Use, misuse, abuse. Use is there in all, anyway. You are using it. But you are misusing, or properly using, or abusing. That's up to you. This is what has most of the Vedantis I am seeing. They are abusing the mantra, or knowingly they are misusing the mantra. Unknowingly it is abusing, knowingly it is misusing. Abusing means wrongly interpreting. Misusing means misquoting. Properly used, very rare people do. Because those who can never say such statements at all. They never say. So here the question is, a person who has studied all the Vedas, even if he is a Brahmajnani, he has to study Vedas before he attained Brahmajnana. He has studied or not, he has studied all the Vedas. So, adhikati sakala vedartasya. Who is the person who has got the rights to do the right? Now, the words spelling is different. R-I-G-H-T and R-I-T-E. R-I-T-E is karma. R-I-G-H-T is adhikara. Human rights, Human rights, they say. Similarly, karma rights. To do the right. So, according to the Purva Paksha, the adhikara is to all those who have studied Vedas. It is not according to what you told before, those who have got the kartrita bhukta, the doership, enjoyership, or those who have got attraction, repulsion towards the fruits of the rights. They have only got the adhikara, the power or the rights to do the rights. It's not like that, Purva Paksha says. He says all those who have studied the Vedartha, who knows the Veda and its meaning properly, all of them, whether it is a Brahmajnani also, Karma Vidhanat, Advaita Jnana Vatopi, person total Advaita Jnana, non-dual knowledge also, should do the rights, he says. Vidichet, no. Siddhanta says no. Karmadhikrita Vishasya, Kartribhoktradi Jnana Svabhavika Sadekamyevad Vityam Atmavidam Saramithyanena Upamarditatrat. It's impossible, it says. Once Advaita Jnana comes, everything is gone. Nothing exists there. Once you have experienced and once you are established in your own self, Brahmit Brahma Bhavati, after that, there is no question at all that we can say that you are a Brahmajnani, you are a Vedartha Jnani, nothing. You are Brahman, finish. All this that is there, that was before, has been destroyed and demolished totally. Karmadhikrita Vishayasya. Karmadhikrita Vishaya means the person a man who accepts in himself completely that I want this object. In Gita I say, idamasti idamapi me, 17th chapter. Idamasti idamapi me, I have got this, I want even that also. Therefore I am going to do this karma. Idamasti idamapi me. So this is what is a karma adikrita vishayasya. The objects with which a man competent for, he accepts I am competent to do this and gain this object. Just like you feel that I am competent, I have got so much money in my pocket, I can buy this. You feel that competence in you that I have got the competence to buy this. Similarly it is here. The person is feeling himself to be competent to do such and such a right for such and such a object or such and such a fruit he wants to. Sakam karma. So that competence is in with whom such a person is entitled to do these rights. And that competence is itself destroyed by Advaita Jnana. Before he was telling, this is what I told before a statement of Shivananda. He was saying, chopping wood and carrying water. Chopping wood and carrying water before enlightenment and after enlightenment. Both times he was doing the same. But nowadays Vedanti said, before sannyasa I was doing everything, now I will not because I am a sannyasi. I should have. But it's not like actually great people have said not like that. They say no. You have given your ahankara means what? He says, before I was doing and now it is happening. Before I was doing and now it is happening. That's the difference. After Atma Jnana, things are happening. You are not all doing. Then who are you to stop yourself to do something or not to do something? You are stopping that I will not do your thinking and you are not doing. That means you have not yet experienced. Still there is a jnana. Otherwise, according to sometimes you let the upadhi to do whatever it happens, let it happen. Don't stop the upadhi to do. Prakriti yanti bhutani nigraha king karishyati. Let these bhutas go into the prakriti and do whatever they want. एक ज्ञान के बाद की बात हो रहा है, आप ज्ञान के पहले की बात बोल रहे हैं. The thing that is before jnana, vairagya has happened, live the karma it says, and that is which karma? The karma that you have got by the Vedas, according to the sanskara that you got. Those karmas only we are giving up. But same Gita and all what they say, tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. What is that seva? Is not karma? So which karma we have to give up and which karma we have to be continuing? Here also what he told. Moksharthi nityam naimitikam kuryat. He has told, and that shloka had come before. You cannot give up the nitya and naimitika karma and the guru seva. This cannot be given up until you have experienced. And once you have experienced, things will be happening. Whether it is seva or it is karma or no karma, what is going to happen? It depends upon the prarabdha of the body. It is happening through the body. In those days there was no pump, nothing. When Shivananda Ashram was started, Shivananji was starting, they would take water from here up to the temple upstairs, carrying water. They would go to the jungle for toilet and all. From there they would chop wood and bring. Therefore he says chopping wood and carrying water. Chopping wood from jungle and bringing, carrying water from Ganga top to the kitchen. This I was doing before, but now it is happening. So that is the difference after enlightenment and before enlightenment. Thing will be the same happening. Before also it was happening, now also. But before there was doership. I am the doer. I am the agent of this action. I am the enjoyer of the fruits of this action. But that will not be there later. Work will be happening the same. The upadhi will be going on. It will be working according to its own sanskara, own vasanas. It will be doing its own karma. According to the prarabdha, that will be happening. So that is why he says this karma, that competence, which he was accepting, that I have got a right to do these rights. That right itself is gone. Then how that Brahmajnani can do karma? It is the prarabdha karma vasana I am telling. Already told before, many times before also in the Artha Sangraha we are discussing. The prarabdha karma due to the prarabdha karma. What is the karma then? It is in the vasana form. It will get destroyed. It will be happening, it will be destroyed, finished. The leftover, what is the residue which is there, it will get destroyed, finish. अतः तावत संपत् से यावन्न विमोक्ष से छांदोग्य उपनिषद लेटर. हाँ. तो now it says कर्माधिकृत विशेषण नंबर 1. Number 2, कर्तृभोक्त्रादि विज्ञान. Same both the things is taking. A person who feels I am competent to have such and such an object through this right, a person who is accepting that competence within him. Number 1. Number 2, a person who is accepting the doership and the enjoyership. The agent, he is accepting himself to the agent of the rights and the enjoyer of the fruits of the rights, which is actually swabhavikasya. From anadikala, from non-known time, endless, it is coming. Beginningless and endless time it will be going on if we are always in the ignorance itself. It is beginningless and it is endless also. It will be going on. Swabhavikasya, the natural ideas, everything will be destroyed by Sat Ekameva Dvityam Atmaividam Sarvam Ityanena Upamarditutvad. By these statements of Vedanta which you will be experiencing, by this what is going to happen? It will be upamardi tattva. Those competence and those agents which you are accepting will be completely destroyed. When that is not there, how a Advaita Jnani Purush can do these rituals? It is not possible. Until knowledge is not there, it is very endless also. Anadi Ananta. जब तक नहीं अनादि अनंता, क्योंकि ज्ञान हो गया तो फिर ना अनादि ना अनंत है वो, क्यों माया थी नहीं उसको अनादि क्या बोलोगे तुम, शांत क्या बोलोगे? इसलिए अनादि है अभी तो अनंत भी है वो. अभी जब ज्ञान हो जाता है न वो अनादि है न वो अनंत है, शांत भी नहीं कहना उसको, है ही नहीं. इसे जब तक ज्ञान नहीं होता तब तक आप उस माया को अनादि जब माने हो तो अनंत भी है वो. तो ठीक है, नाश होने के बाद की बात है ना, वो ज्ञान के निवृत्त होने वाली है वो. अब ज्ञान होगा तब तो निवृत्त होएगी. जब निवृत्त ऐसी होगी वो शांत भी नहीं कह सकते आप उसको, है ही नहीं हो. शांत उसे कहते ना जिसका अवशेष मिलना चाहिए ना मेरे को. अब घट को शांत कह दिया आपने, नष्ट करने के बाद उसका अवशेष मिलता है कि नहीं? शरीर शांत है, इसका मरण का अवशेष मिलता है कि नहीं? और माया के बाद कुछ अवशेष मिलेगा? तो फिर वो शांत कहाँ होगा? तस्मात् अविद्यादि दोषवत एव कर्माणि विधीयन्ते नाद्वैत ज्ञानवतः. भाष्यकार स्पष्ट कर देते इसीलिए, दैट इज व्हाई अ पर्सन हु हैज गॉट ऑल दीज डिफेक्ट्स, ignorance, the veil called as ignorance, the mala due to the ignorance that is there on it, and the vikshepa, the flickeriness which is in you, all these are the defects. Avidya adi doshavatah eva, for such people only karmani vidhyante, all these rituals have been enjoined. Nadvaita jnana, not that person who has attained Advaita knowledge. अतएव ही वक्षति सर्वेद पुण्यलोका भवन्ति ब्रह्म संस्थो अमृतत्वमेति. छांदोग्य उपनिषद. सर्वेति पुण्यलोका भवन्ति, all those people, whether is a brahmachari, grihastha or vanaprastha, and even a sannyasi if not attained, not having the experience, all this will where they will go? Punyaloka bhavanti. They will all go to some punyaloka and return from there. On the other hand, there is one person who is going to attain the liberation. Who is he? Brahma sanstha amritattameti. Not Brahmanishta. See the word here again. Brahma sanstha. Na Brahmanishto amritattameti. Brahma sanstho amritattameti. A person who has established properly in Brahman. A person who has established properly in Brahman is Brahma Sanstha. नहीं लेंगे। सम्यक स्थिति संस्था स्वस्थ, जस्ट लाइक स्वस्थ, स्वस्थ में स्थिति नहीं हुआ, स्वस्थ में स्थिति तो स्वस्थ नहीं हुआ, स्व एव तिष्ठति स्वस्थ यथा। बट द उपसर्ग डिफर्स, द मीनिंग चेंजेस, देयर इज न्यू उपसर्ग, देयर इज सम उपसर्ग। नो 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 नो, नी इज नितराम स्थिति, not samyak sthiti. Samyak sthiti is different and nitram is continuity. You are continually having faith in Brahman, but you have not become Brahman. No, no, no. No, no, no. Continuous sthiti means there is modifications. But when you become Brahman, there is no sthiti also, no modification also. Where there is no modification, there is no continuity means there is modification. As what is continuity then? Continuity of Ganga means what? This flow is there. The modifications, the mental modifications are Brahmakar vritti is happening. That is Brahmanistha, but not Brahma Samstha. But when Samyak Sthiti means what? He has become Brahman, finish. Brahma. So, the Upasarga changes the whole meaning of the Dhatu itself. There's a written that Vyakarana and Shloka about Upasarga, you know. Dhatartam badhate kaschit kaschittam manuvartate tameva vishinashtyanyad upasarga gatistridha. These things you can find here in Upanishads. You see, Brahmanistha ni dhatu is same, but because of the Upasarga, the meaning changes completely. Nitram sthiti, that means there is continuous flow. Nitra means continuity. When we accept continuity, there is a flow. Flow means of modifications. And when there is modification means there is not Brahma. In Brahma, Samyak Sthiti means there is no modification at all. That's called a Samyak Sthiti. Sthita Pragya. You know this, the Sthiti Shabd is there everywhere. But Sthiti is in sense there, finish, no modification. That's a some upsarg comes. In that state, we use some upsarg. When there is modification, it is a new upsarg. If you can say Brahmani Sanstha also, it does not matter. Where is, in Chandogya Narada asks, where is that Bhuma? Sve Mahimni. He is using Saptami there. Sve Mahimni. That means Samyak Sthiti is told in that way. That does not mean there is duality. The sum upsarga itself finishes the duality. There is no duality at all. But in new upsarga, because it's speaking of the continuity of the flow of modifications, there is duality. So that's the difference. Even though we are speaking of Saptami, there also Sve Mahimni is telling. That means that Sve Swa. Sve Swa, how can be? You being in yourself. The words are used like that, but that means there is no duality. Non-duality state is told like that. Brahman. That's why they change the Upasarga. Samyak. Samyak means what? 100% perfection. 100% perfection means no modification. Finish. Thanks. Brahma Sanstho Amritatvam Meti. A person is established. There's an English also we say established in Brahman. Samyak Sthiti Brahmani. Brahmani Samyak Sthiti. Brahmani Nitram Sthiti. Both are different. We are using Brahmani. But in one there is duality. Because the new upsarga, we can see duality. Because the some upsarga there is no duality. Brahma Sanstho Amritatvam Eti. That fellow attains immortality. This very clear division in the Upanishad. Therefore, a Brahmagyani cannot be, for a Brahmagyani cannot enjoy the rights. He has lost all the rights to do the rights. Everything destroyed. The ignorance is gone. There is no kartritva, no bhoktritva. Then he never said, I am a Brahmin, I am a Kshatriya or a Vaishya or a Shudra, or no Gotra, nothing. This is what he said when Shastamalaka was asked, Kastam kuto ayat. किसको पूछ रहे हो? Whom you are asking? This body? The same that Chandal form came Shiva and asked Shankaracharya. Kasmada pasara. Move away. Shariradva atmanova. Who has to separate from whom? Body to body separation you are asking? That is Jada, that they cannot get separated. That is Chaitanya, they cannot get separated, they are one. Then who is going to get separated? So once that, if you get into that knowledge, that then what Shankaracharya did? That Chandala went away. He touched just on the footprint, did a namaskar and said, for such a Manisha, I always do pranam. Ittesha Manisha Mama, Manisha Panchagam. Chandala Vabhula. So you see that once you reach that state, these things are gone. Even then the Vyavahara of Shankaracharya told Apasara. In the Vyavahara state, he is seeing the Upadhi. In the Upadhi Drishtiya, he told Apasara. But when he came to know that this Upadhi is, in the view of Upadhi is a Chandala, but actually he is a Brahmagyani, then he started to do pranam to him. So we cannot restrict our activities depending on the Upadhis. And it is more dangerous when we accept one Upadhi as Brahman and another Upadhi as not Brahman. This is a hopeless thing this is happening nowadays in Vedanta. We accept some people who are good to us, they are all Brahman. They are gone against us, they are not Brahman. That's why I tell in our classes, Svanukulattam, Sadhuttam, Swapratikulatam, Asadhuttam. Nowadays, this is the Lakshana of Sadhu and Asadhu. All Mahanta Mandaleswaras are like that only. Svanukulatam, you are ankulu to my ashrama, my thing, and everything is you are okay. You are a sadhu. Otherwise, you are not sadhu. Get out. So this should not be Brahma. This is not Brahmagyana. This is Mahagyana. The Brahmasattvameti. So now, this was the Shastrartha finishes over here. Now it relates. This is how he related the karma. Why he starts that and this one. In between we are taking the upasana. Upasana is also mental karma. And in the Paroksha Brahmagyana is also mental. Manovritti eva. Brahmagyana will be Manovritti eva. Before experience, before you become Brahman. So what is the difference between Upasana and Brahmagyana, Paroksha Brahmagyana? This difference also is tell by the benefits of Upasana for Brahmagyana. So why in Upanishads there is so much Upasana? Different types. All those reasons now we will start. The Shastrartha is over from with the Mimamsakas. It is decided very clearly. A person who has got non-dual knowledge, and if he has established in Brahman, then he is not enjoined with the rights to be done. And otherwise, a person who has got a wish or he has got attraction, repulsion, all such people, in whichever form he is, in whichever state he is, in whichever ashrama he is, in whichever varna he is enshrined and entitled and enjoined to do all the rights set for him in the Vedas.